I wanted to talk about how I view money currently in my life because I think it's something that a lot of people are curious about. We're not educated about very much in school, and the gurus and the people trying to sell to us often make us feel inadequate and like we need to know a lot more than we do. And that's really the way that I look at money. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a very, very important aspect of understanding power in life is our ability to accrue liquid capital. So one of the first things that I would advocate for is learning the terminology that people with money use. So LOI is a letter of intent. Your P&L is your profit loss statement. A balance sheet determines how much assets and liabilities you have in your life and in business. Liquid capital obviously is cash in the bank. Loans, debt, the idea of debt, good debt and bad debt. What is that? Good debt is stuff that is helping you build this. It's helping you gain assets, things that generate money. Assets are things that generate money in life. It's something that helps you create opportunities. Like for instance, me putting in the money that I put into my social media increases obviously my reach beyond what I'm capable of doing if I just sit at home and not talk to hundreds of you daily. Liabilities are things that most of the middle class, most of our parents, most of our cousins and relatives have told us are things that are necessary in life. Like a house that we live in can be considered an asset, but it only appreciates over time, slowly, compared to something that has more doors and offers you more income coming in. Also, the maintenance of the land. It turns out that 10% of the purchasing costs of a building is usually required in maintaining it and making sure that everything is up to par and that things don't fall apart and is actually useful to people. What other words are useful? Trusts, LLCs, limited liability companies, S corporations, taxes, income tax. Income tax is something to know about. If you're a W-2 employee versus a 1099 versus someone that has a salary, you have a lot of different advantages. Leads, the concept of a lead is basically someone that will eventually give you something in return for your services, your value in society. Your pipeline. A pipeline is something that essentially creates opportunities for you, but is also a place for you to ask for help. Is for you to ask for collaborations, for the expansion of what you're trying to do. People don't cost money, people create money. So these are some things that I just wanted to drop on you. These are fundamental aspects of how I view financial knowledge, financial education. Is one of the first things is having the right words to use when you're in those conversations, and to make sure that you understand these words and that there is a deep understanding what an asset versus a liability is, right? Like a car, if it depreciates over time, is not going to make you money unless that car you're consistently using to go and make you money. You understand what I'm saying? There's everything that revolves these words, everything that's in and around them has to do with the amount of liquid capital that you have that you can accrue. Equity is one of the greatest things that you could have in life, and a lot of us know that term through buying houses, buying large companies, buying small companies, whatever it is, to have a piece ownership of something. Okay, that's the last thing you want to give away to someone else, an ownership over something that you have. And there's also the concept of good intent. There's a tremendous amount of business that's conducted based on emotion. In fact, most business is conducted based on emotion. You might have a really, really good deal, but you don't like the person that you're doing the business with, and you won't do the business. So customer service media and marketing and making sure that we have that human aspect of things. Grant Cardone says something really interesting. He said, listen, humans are the ones that have the money that you're looking for, other human beings. So it behooves you to increase your communication skills and your ability to get and reach them. And so the reason that I'm making this video is, first of all, my name's Tarab. I'm a dentist, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an investor, and my mission is to educate the most amount of people that believe they have it in them to make society better about what it means to be emotionally intelligent, what it means to increase your net worth and your value in society, and what it means to live a purpose-driven life, something that will help you wake up in the morning and excite you about the things that you're moving towards. If you have made it this far, smash that like button, it helps a lot. Send me a subscribe, I'm trying to get to 1,000. Let me know what you think about these terms so far, and if you'd like me to define them a little bit further. I have some things that I can offer you for sure, and just free things, resources. The other thing I wanted to bring up, besides just knowing the terminology, and this can actually double in knowing the terminology, is reading books. And reading books that maybe are not very well known. Like if I go onto Google right now, let me see here. Here's my YouTube page. If I go onto Google right now, and look, I'm making a pipeline, right? So the Maryland has a bunch of colleges. As it turns out, I mentor college students. And if you want to be in that mentorship, if you're a college student, you're watching this video, email info@tarabify.com and I'll get you in. It's completely free. It's something that is honestly very, very important, mentorship. So if I look up, for instance, best books 2024, okay, let's see what we got here. I'll usually go to images. The Intelligent Investor, The Psychology of Money, Personal Finance for Teens, No Worries, I've seen this book before. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, would strongly recommend this. It will teach you to be rich. So as you can see, like there's a lot of just random shit here, right? So how do you go and find books that are actually what I call in the library of heaven? Okay, how do I find books that are in the library of heaven? So I say books of all time. Let's see if that helps. Because really, we compile this list ourselves. And the cool part, if you watch any anime, if you watch any sort of shows where teams are constructed, the thing that really inspires me about those shows and those stories is that every single member of that team is relevant in some way, shape, or form. Whether they hold the team together, congeal everything, or they have a very specific skill that is beneficial to the entire adventure, the purpose of actually doing the thing. You know, there are the books that we read, the philosophies that we allow into our life, they are like our team members. And I'll talk about teams, the physical team, right after this, because that's also very, very important in the pursuit of making money and success. But the reality is, like, we really have to just embrace the fact that every single part of knowledge that we accrue, every single skill set, or every single subconscious lead that we have in our life, that adds to our team, our mental fortitude, our ability to parse through information. So it would behoove us to get a lot of that. So okay, so we're gonna go through here. Goodreads, 22 most financial. Okay, so the Intelligent Investors up here. Okay, let's just go through some of these. Up one on Wall Street. How to use you already know and make money in a market. Random walk down Wall Street. Irrational exuberance. Reminiscence of the essays of Warren Buffett. Lessons of corporate America. This seems interesting to me. Stocks. Yeah, common stocks. Okay. When Genius Failed, the rise and fall of long-term capital management. That seems interesting. The theory of investment value. Yeah, so that's equity. That's what I was talking about before. It's the most important thing. The value of your investments, to actually own things. Pathway to prosperity or guide to money. So for me, when I look at this, and I'm like, okay, well, who is Gail Vaz Oxalade? Debt free forever, take control of your money in your life. Okay, who is that person, right? Like, who am I getting advice from here? So I'll go and look up her name. Okay, financial writer and television personality, host in Canadian television series. Okay. Articles, how self-employed and organized and mommy moves in. So to me, right, the first step of finding your books in your library of heaven is to really just figure out who you want to be in life. Like who are your role models? Who are the people that you're actually willing to listen to? And then go and read the stuff that they wrote. That's the cool part about it. Chances are, if there's someone that you want to be like, that's not your mom or dad or your uncle or whatever, someone hopefully legendary in your life that has the attention, the power, the assets that you want, chances are they've written something that will be useful to you. So I would recommend strongly to read all the time. And actually, in this video, I don't really have time to go into teams, but if you made it this far, smash that like button, it helps a lot. The reality about teams is that your team is a lot bigger than you think it is. Your team is a lot bigger than you think it is. Your parents, your relatives, your co-workers, your mentors, your friends, all of them are part of your team. When Bezos first opened up Amazon, he didn't have the money to hire all these people, but he had people that really liked him, and then he got them in to help him at least start the process. He knew he was going to do it alone. And there was the thing that he mentioned, which was funny, is, you know, he was like, we have all these boxes, all these books to pack, and they're on their knees doing this stuff. And he was like, we should go buy knee pads. You know, our knees are going to be so much better that way. And he's like, no, Jeff. His friend's like, no, Jeff, you need to buy tables. Right? So that perspective that comes from asking questions and being curious and having that mindset that that person I know might have a different perspective that might be beneficial, more efficient. It's key. It's key. Anyway, I hope this message finds you well. The next video I want to make is going to be on teams, because I've been thinking about that a lot, about bringing up employees. My name's Tarab. I make videos about emotional intelligence every day. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care of yourself. Ciao.